Hello, vlog people! Well, it's been a very busy around the Harris-Jacobson household. Well, actually, Jacobson hasn't been here. He's in New York and Boston. Diane, our friend, is still here, and we've been in production mode for a thing I can't talk about on here yet because it's a surprise. Not for you, but for somebody that might hear about it. I've been very busy, and I've had lots of meetings, and the craziest thing, as soon as I posted that thing, somebody had asked me about what TV shows I would like to be on, and I mentioned Desperate Housewives. Like 10 minutes later, I got a call from my agent saying, we would like, they want you to come and read for this thing on Desperate Housewives. Very funny. I read the part, very funny. I went in, I did okay, I could have been freer, but I did all right, and I didn't get the part. Now see, I'm sharing like the most intimate details because I would like for you to think that everything I do I get, and that everything I do is wonderful and easy and successful. It's just not true. In fact, auditions are kind of a living, breathing nightmare. I don't feel like a great auditioner. I feel like I'm really good when I get the part and I can really invest and the situation is like conducive to creating something rather than going in and trying to pull out a bag of tricks and choices and things like that. But I did okay, and it was a great group of people. And the material was really funny, and it sounds like it's going to be a really fun season. But I'm sharing with you. I mentioned Desperate Housewives, and I could put it into the universe. It came into my universe, and then it vanished. Okay, I'm going to be quick. I've got some questions to answer. What do you think of LonelyGirl15? Well, what I can't believe is that anybody thought this was for real. Come on! You look at it for 5 seconds and you're like, this is really bad acting and really bad situation. But I thought that was the point. I thought it was supposed to be kind of pastiche, mocky, sort of bad, but interesting, but soapy, but YouTubey, but I can't believe anybody bought it. Anyway, the character's dead, and then they're like shocked that it's a sham, and it's like, come on. These are the same people that bought the, what was the movie with the people in the woods and the thing? What was that movie? And the girl with the camera up her nose. I did a movie with the guy who was in that. I can't remember anything anymore. Anyway, okay. I noticed that you have an S tattoo on your shoulder. I do indeed, and there it is. With so many major issues going on in the world, just taking a moment to wonder when you're going to color it in. I don't understand the equation. Issues in the world mean I should color it in? You have to explain further. Explain, please, explain. If I colored my body in for every issue there was in the world, I would be one big tattoo of color. No, I like a little air in my tattoo. Okay. Your dogs are great. We have 3 cats. Can you tell me how you acquired your angels? Well, we rescued them. Both when we lived in New York. Jack was named Charlie originally. And he was about 4 or 6 months old, and he had parvo, and he was very sickly, and they didn't know if he was going to live, and now he's very healthy. He's 11. He's fantastic. His name is Zach. Emma we got when she was almost a year old from Kenny Fallon, who's a wonderful illustrator and basset rescuer, and he said, I've got to find a home for this dog. She's been in like 10 foster homes. And you know what? She was damaged during that, I have to tell you. She's very needy. And I said, you know what? I love this dog. I want this dog. It's the funniest dog I've ever seen in my life. But we can't tell Danny. So let's just say we're keeping her for the weekend. So we took her for the weekend. And she takes your heart and you can't give her back. So then we got her. Okay. I was wondering about what you think of the city of New Orleans. And have you been there? And what is your opinion on Hurricane Katrina and the aftermath? Well, you know what? I'm very embarrassed to say I have not. I've been all over this wonderful country and all over the world. And New Orleans was the one place, literally the one place in this country that I haven't been that I was dying to go. And I was booked to do a concert in New Orleans the March after Katrina. Of course, it was canceled because there was no theater. And it just goes to show you, you can't think about, well, I'll do that next year. We actually went to Venice recently because it could be gone in our lifetime with the flooding and the global warming and the city going under. So it's just another lesson of do it now. Live your life now. Don't wait. Who knows who will be here, what will be here. Live your life today. You asked me about what I think of the aftermath. Clearly, I'm not alone, certainly. I think it was a real eye-opener. I think it showed just how this country does actually treat a black community. If that was a white community, I do not think it would have been handled that well. I mean, that well. I don't think it would have been handled in the same way. With the neglect and the dismissal. But I think from tragedy comes opportunity, and if that's shown a light on our still very looming prejudice, and it creates an end to it, helps create an end to it, then there's always opportunity in tragedy. It's just a shame. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, I'm planning a birthday. Oh, that's to Perry. I'll wait and save that for Perry. What advice would you give someone who is married for 5 years and together for 9, but has recently come to the realization that they are gay? It has been discussed with the spouse, but sort of blown off. Well, if you've been together for 14 years, they've got a lot invested in this marriage, so of course they're trying to blow it off because it's denial. It may have been something that occurred to them before. I'm assuming the person who wrote this is the one who's realizing that they're gay. I don't know about the recently come to the realization. That's a little hard because typically people, unless you're very unusual, have been harboring this for some time and burying it and not dealing with it for some time. So while I think it's very important that you are who you are and that you're not ashamed of who you are and that you're free and truthful about who you are, you have to remember that this spouse, this wife, I'm assuming here, has invested in a relationship that she cannot now think is some sort of a lie, that it was all a lie or a cover. That's very important. I'm assuming that you love this woman, and I think that you must not be selfish. You must be very caring and put her feelings first, and you guys should probably seek some counseling. I can't imagine remaining married to a person that I found out wasn't attracted to my sex. But you have to, even though this is your issue and it's emotional for you, you must put this other person first. I don't know if there are kids involved. This is a very tricky situation. And your obligation is to your children if you have them. Your second obligation is to your spouse. And you can't expect them to catch up because you've just come to this. So maybe that's not the answer you want to hear, but I do think you have to get some help with this. This is a really important situation in which someone's entire history and identity is involved. And you have to treat that with care and love and respect. Sam, I love your artwork. I'm an artist too. Can we see more? Absolutely! I'll show you some things sometime. Oh, I paint, I draw. I used to make cement furniture. It's kind of Flintstone-y, not terribly comfortable, but very chic. In a previous vlog, you mentioned you will be performing at Birdland in NYC. If you want any help with your Target flip camera going around the city, I'd be glad to help you out. Perhaps I'll take you up on that. Wouldn't that be fun? I would just like a shadow of a camera everywhere I go. It'd be so much fun. Maybe I'll call you on that. How much time do I have left? Tick-tock. What is your opinion on the life and death of Karen Carpenter and her influence on music? Can I tell you, I loved Karen Carpenter. I loved that smooth, velvety quality, and I loved those songs. I worked with a producer that had produced for her and said she literally rolled out of bed and came and sang like that. It's from God. It was from God. The death of Karen Carpenter. Now, we'll go into this another time because I was anorexic in college. I weighed 118 pounds. Let's put it this way. I weigh like 170 now, okay? I'm actually about 10 pounds overweight, but I weighed 170. So that's like 50 pounds less than I am. I never ate. I drank constantly. I never ate. I ate fried cheese and like I sucked on ice. So I have a great understanding of that disease and and what's behind it. It's a very great tragedy. Tragedy. What a voice. You know why? One of the reasons I stopped starving myself was because I lost my voice. I was just so dehydrated. And it was one of the only things that still meant something to me. So I stopped taking speed, and I stopped starving myself, and got my voice back and my health back. But my voice was important to me. It was one of the things, and so I don't know how that affected her. This has been the craziest eclectic answering questions vlog, and the time is almost up. I hope you're having a good time, a great day. Please do something wonderful for somebody. Peace to you. I'll see you soon. Bye.